Oh, hello there. I didn't see you come in. Well, I'm sure you recognize me. I'm Chris, from all those amazing things that I've done. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm quite famous. And look here, we have some most unexpected visitors with us today. Hello, you people I've definitely never met in my life before.
Are you talking to us?
Yeah.
I'm Mike. I don't know. This was all unexpected.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Grover, and I'm sick, and I hate you all.
Well, that was pleasant. Oh, and there's a two-dimensional presence of loveliness joining us through chat there. No, wasn't? No, not two-dimensional that way. No, don't hurt me. Okay. This is PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to and the various gaming-related stuff over the last week. That was the world's laziest intro. Activate your amazing powers of exciting dullness. How about that? But yeah, I'm Chris, this is Grover, this is Mike.
Hello.
And you'll see the Kickstarter projects behind us, as usual. Check out the links below if you're curious about any of them or want to help fund them. There may be some long plays stuck in there because it's getting harder and harder to find new Kickstarter video game projects. I don't know what the deal is. A lot of board games, a lot of card games, but fewer and fewer games lately. And the bundles this week include Newcomer Blink Bundle. At least I assume they're newcomers. I've never heard of them before. With two different price points of indie games you can jump into. Bundle Stars released the FPS Warriors 2 bundle with 8 games, including the Xenoclash series and several stuff for Painkiller, all for about $4. And then the weekly bundle just showed up like 30 minutes ago with the Codemasters bundle featuring Overlord and the Dirt series, among others. So check all of that stuff out. So what have we been playing this week, Mike?
Mostly World of Warcraft, and I played some Hearthstone, Binding of Isaac, Spelunky, and I started Dishonored, so I'll probably finish Dishonored in the next couple weeks.
Cool. How about you, Grover?
I played some Final Fantasy XIV, nothing of interest on there, same shit, different day. I played Hearthstone, I did a review on it, and that's all you really need to know. I have played Minecraft, I am playing a solo world again, because I'm just sick of multiplayer worlds, and I've been playing some Bejeweled 2 and mining, that's all I gotta say. Can't get past 160.
You mean you're not playing Candy Crush?
No Candy Crush.
I will not touch King Games.
I'm getting closer to beating Legendary when it's not doing something ridiculously stupid or broken to set me back. Titan's still on the list, though I have a feeling in a couple more months the server is going to be probably dead for one reason or the other, but Claustrophobia got some adventuring in, and Electronic Superjoy tried to blind me while attempting to make me cuss a blue streak at it, just like Super Meat Boy and I Want to Be the Guy and that sort of stuff, only the controls are horrendous. You never jump the same link every time. What kind of game does that? Anyway, then I got a full version of Surgeon Simulator 2013 not so long ago in one of those bundles, so I was trying it out some, and while the first mission is the same one from the famous free demo, there's a ton of differences and changes that make it a lot harder for some reason. And speaking of for some reason, I cannot make the pinky work. It's so weird. It's like everything I do, I'm drinking tea. Anyway, I never did try out Hearthstone like Mike urged me to, nor did I get back to any other the games that I've been playing, but I really haven't gotten a lot of time on my gaming lately. I mean, it sounds like I played a lot of stuff, but Claustrophobia and Electronic Superjoy and Surgeon Simulator was probably only about 8 minutes apiece.
Yeah, I think I'm burning out on Final Fantasy XIV too. Probably just, you get to end game, and there's not really a lot of in-game stuff. It's just basically the same shit over and over and over, so you just burn out.
Well, that can happen at MMOs,
Yeah.
Get to a certain point, now, unless there's something to keep you going guild-wise or something like that, but even that can be depressing.
We're filled with idiots.
Hopefully none of them watch the show.
If you're watching the show and you're from Shinra on Serbius, you're all idiots.
Well, nice calling people out. And yes, I know it's been another week later and still no Prinny plays, and the review shows have not shown up yet, but next week I should have both Mike's and Grover's ready and all rip-roaring to go if all goes well this weekend, because it's largely about working the set design and some footage issues and trying to make the look interesting while not trigger the stupid YouTube bot thing to flag us with. But thankfully Blizzard has been fantastic about using footage, so I should be able to full screen a lot of the stuff that Grover did for Hearthstone. It should not be a problem. But they're one of the few companies that's going to be that way, so I hope you guys do not mind all the windowing. We'll try to make it as clear as possible so you can see what the heck.
I'll do a review on Sims 3 and watch that video get taken down so damn fast.
It goes without saying, but all of the reviews will largely be personal opinions of our own, and I've just let the guys go on with their own style, so I will not be editing or censoring anything to keep their version of the reviews intact. Whether that's a good or bad thing, that will be seen. But meanwhile, I may not do nearly as many as they do, because I think I'd rather get back to doing the Prinny plays. But at least for now, until I get into the groove of things, that cold flu mango thing is still holding on and messing with me.
Also, if you see me do any more videos, you will not see them on the channel that I have. They will be on the PrinnyCast channel from now on. It's just really confusing. It's a few people that were still looking at my YouTube stuff, they're just like, what's the PrinnyCast? I'm just like, oh god. You know, they look at my channel and they never even realize that the PrinnyCast exists.
Nothing wrong with that. You've got kind of a following going on there.
Yeah, I've told most of them, hey, go here. If there's going to be anything, it's going to be here from now on.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily gameplay videos, so it may not be their cup of tea, and you may want to get back to the gameplay videos. But, you know...
Yeah, we'll have a little folder on our channel that says Grover shit.
But, on to a little more depressing news. On January 23rd, retro gamer and internet personality Justin Carmichael, otherwise known as JewWario, took his own life. As a regular on Channel Awesome and That Guy with the Glasses, he retired from his You Can Play This series about a year ago on importing great Japanese titles that anyone could play with little or no knowledge of Japanese language. And I didn't know him as well as many, but I still spent quite a lot of time in chat during his streams back when he did them last year after he quit doing his shows regularly. And actually was someone I was pretty sure we could have gotten on the show to guest host. He was just that kind of guy, but he was an amazing, lively, entertaining, and big-hearted individual, and the way he passed away is still extremely shocking to me, even now that it's settled in. I've had a lot of people pass away in my lifetime, and close to in various ways, but for some reason this one stung me a little more than many. Maybe it's just because of the way he died, but he was just a really fantastic fellow who, even at 42, he was still far before his time.
Yeah, no one should ever have to go out that way.
So again, if people out there are having problems or thoughts about suicide, please get help. That is not a good way to go for yourself or for the people that do care about you. So please, however you find it, whether it's through a major website or that telephone service or something, talk to somebody about the problems you're going through. It's important. And on a lighter subject, Square Enix Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns has an 8-minute Super Nintendo-inspired backstory summary from the previous Final Fantasy XIII games to catch up on what's been going on. And it's kind of a nifty little way that they did it. I love retro-inspired stuff, even if I can pick out, oh, they just edited this sprite and that sprite from this game or that game. But it was still entertaining for the most part. And anybody
I don't understand the thing with Lightning. I couldn't get halfway through 13 before I just completely lost interest.
I've understood that the games have gotten progressively better. So.
That's what they're like, oh, you didn't wait long enough. The game gets so much better in the later version.
What did they call the second one? Final Fantasy 13-2?
Yeah, they call it just like they call it 10-2.
But yeah, they said each game is increasingly better, and this one has a combat engine that seems to be combining several different ones, including my favorite, which I know a lot of people hate, Final Fantasy X-2. It actually borrows some of its stress sphere system to it, only it happens in a more real time, and it works really fantastic, I understand. There's a demo out there available for, I think, just the PlayStation 4? I'm trying to remember what it's being released on. I think it's 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3 or... Yeah, 10-2. Everything but the combat system in that game was horrifying. The combat system was revolutionary to me. I was just like, this combat system is awesome.
It's my favorite Final Fantasy.
Yuna's machine gun mode.
System. Yeah, finish that sentence, Chris. That's not how it meant to come out. But that was one of the main reasons I kept playing it, but I got stuck somewhere because it wasn't really clear about where I was supposed to do it.
500% of that game. 100%. And when I got 100%, I put the controller down for that game, and I never touched it again. The ending for that game is so unbelievably underwhelming that it's just like, well, I kind of should have saw this coming. And I won't tell you the ending because, I mean, honestly, if you played Final Fantasy X and you know what 10-2 is about, what do you think happens, people?
It's one of two things, and neither one of them's all that big of a deal because...
Three things. So there is a secret ending.
I still hate people calling him Titus, and I know that's the official name, but I hate that it's always been Titus.
Probably because during Final Fantasy X, there was a show called Titus. You know, that race car driver or whatever, and then Titus was 2, and you know, for Final Fantasy X, or everybody's like Titus, and everybody's like, no, Titus, and it's like, no, it's Titus.
That's how it's pronounced. That's an I.
I mean, you never know how they pronounce him in the game because they never say his name, not once, because, you know, he's you.
See, when did we find that out? That was Final Fantasy Dissidia, the first time they actually pronounced his name, wasn't it?
I thought it was those Disney Final Fantasy ones.
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that probably was. I forgot that he was in the first part of the first game.
Yeah, he and Waka and...
Selphie?
I think it was Selphie. Yeah, it was Selphie.
I heard on Do You Know Gaming that originally Yuffie was supposed to be Riku from Final Fantasy X, but because there was already a character named Riku, they went with Yuffie instead. I did not know this. That's an interesting website, by the way. Go check out doyouknowgaming.com, I think. Anyway, check out their YouTube if nothing else, even though they're kind of shying away from YouTube now after the whole YouTube explosion problem over the Christmas season. So they're going to be putting more of their videos on normal boots for a while, which for anybody that knows who John Chan and Peanut Butter Gamer and all them are, then everybody already knows who normal boots is. But yeah, check that out if you're interested. And the other thing I'm thinking about is having a Prinny intro montage, because I got to thinking we've got some actually really entertaining Prinny intros that there's probably a lot of people, especially who watch us now, who haven't seen. But rather than make you go back and watch some questionably quality videos, I thought I'd stick a bunch of our kind of a best of intros together as a video somewhere. It shouldn't be hard to make, and it'd be something extra. I mean, it sounds like something I should wait for the anniversary, but that's not until like September again. So, and I need to be thinking about if we're going to do a April Fool's again this year too.
I might actually be there. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, we didn't have Grover there last time we did it. And it was kind of fun. I didn't hear anybody complaining about how it ended up, and I'm not going to do any spoilers for the few people who don't know what happened last year.
Say that. It was like Cookie Clicker. If you didn't like Cookie Clicker, you! You just added that part. The F part.
So just be you. But I guess that'll do us for our PrinnyCast show for this week. Catch us on Twitter at PrinnyCast. You can contact us with the email at PrinnyCast@gmail.com. You can find all the rest of the links to our YouTube and Twitch channels and all that stuff down below. But it sounds like Grover's giving his up.
Yep.
I don't know. But until next week, everybody.
See you next time.
See you next time.